Hey there. This is the Maroochy River. And I'm in Maroochydore. One word. Just thought I'd go for a bit of a wander, show you around town. I'll be here for a little while, making plans. Go back overseas soon, have a bit of fun. In the meantime, I'll enjoy looking around this lovely town. I'll just show you bits and pieces here and there. It's very windy today. It's about 23 degrees. Still in shorts and thongs, but the wind's just a little bit cold. Very popular river, this. Usually this, oh here we go, there's fishing rods lined up here. I come past here quite often, whenever I go down to the shops. And this is lined with people fishing, throwing their rods in. Pretty sure they'll be catching bream, maybe some mullet, not sure. Hello. But as I said, a very popular spot. I'll go down a little bit further and we'll have a look at some of the beaches. I've got a few big things to show you, or a couple of big things to show you in this video. Hope you like it. Nice waterfront apartments. Now selling or rent. Probably going to be pretty expensive. I think Maroochydore was established as a town by the white people, by the non-Indigenous people, around about in the early 1900s, maybe the late 1800s. I'll check it out, I'll put it down there. Pretty typical of all the towns along this coast. It's called the Sunshine Coast. For pretty good reason. I believe the rainy season, if you can call it that, up here is around about January to March, something like that. Although in saying that, it rained last night quite heavily, but by the time I got up this morning, it was blue skies again. Now there is a seaplane that operates from this river and is usually moored just down here. I'll go further down. I don't believe, no, it's not there. But he takes off from this river. I've seen it do that. It's quite an impressive sight. I will try and catch it one day and show you guys. It's fairly cheap, I think. $125 for a ride that all up lasts around about 20-25 minutes, something like that. No, it's definitely not there. There is other flights. You can do longer flights. I guess you can pay as much as you've got money to pay. From what I read, around about 20-minute flying time flight is, I think it was about $250 to $300, somewhere around there. It's a nice town. All right, I'll take you somewhere else. The population of Maroochydore is around about just under, at the last count, just under 22,000 people. Now this is one of the main cities along the Sunshine Coast, others being Caloundra, Coolum, Noosa, etc. And there's the hinterland area as well, which I'm not sure if you can see the mountain over there, or the hill. That's fairly indicative of the sort of terrain you're going to get around this area in the hinterland. So just back from the coast, and the population of Sunshine Coast in general back in 2016 was 320,000 people. So really, this is only a small population, but I believe that includes the entire hinterland as well. And there's built up areas everywhere. All right. Nice little sandy beach there. A lot of, when it's not so windy, there would be a lot of people swimming in there, right next to the people fishing, believe it or not. But yeah, a good spot. A few little boats. What are they? Boat jetties? I'm not sure. Fishing jetties? All the oysters on the pylons there. And this Gidgets, it says. Wow. Oh yeah, a little fishing jetty. Little rod holder there, put your fishing rod in there and kick back and relax while you wait for a fish to jump on the line. There's obviously not much to this structure. That one there looks pretty nice though. Small, but nice. Well, I've come down maybe another kilometre further down the river. Or is it up the river? No, down the river. And got all the little hire boats you can go fishing off, or a little bit of pleasure cruising, I presume. And the pontoons. Be nice to grab a pontoon for an afternoon and float around out there. Very enjoyable. Kayaks, paddleboards, all for hire, and more fishing boats. This little bridge here takes you over to the small islands there in the channel. Let's go over and have a look. I didn't realise there was a building on there, on that island. One of them's called Channel Island, of course. The other one is called Goat Island. I doubt whether there's going to be goats. Maybe it's the greatest of the islands. Go and have a look. These wooden sculptures here have a particular meaning, which is described on this plaque, which I'll read for you. Ancestors. The work represents a meeting of ancient wisdom, the pioneering spirit with a view to future possibilities, representing significant families and histories of the region. The Cash family were significant in the timber industry and pioneers of the region. The sculptures, I presume the Cash family have donated these sculptures. The sculptures feature motifs native to the area and significant to the memory and culture of Gubby Gubby man Lyndon Davis in his life growing up by the Maroochy River. There you go. This being the Maroochy River. And a very low bridge crossing over it. Big pelican there, floating down the river.
Big bird!
Wow. Alright, let's cross this bridge. There's a bush turkey. He's a bit shy. See if we can catch him around this side. No. Too clever for us. Okay, so here's the building that's on Channel Island. The Maroochy Sailing Club. Nice little grassed area. Playground for the kids. Pirate ship for them to play on. Okay, onwards. Show you a bit more of Maroochydore. So here we are, right next to a very busy highway. And as I was saying earlier in the video, Australians have a fascination with big things. And one of the biggest is right here. That's right, the big pineapple. Isn't that awesome? I don't know why it is, but it's just what we do. They're good to see. You can actually pinpoint the big things as you travel around Australia and make them little stopping points for your travels. As I've said before, we've now seen the big pineapple, and the big banana, and I did see the big prawn. There's others. I can't think of. There's others. There's the big sheep, and believe it or not, there's the big rolling pin, and I believe that's down in Albury, on the border of Victoria and New South Wales. Why on earth there's a big rolling pin, I really don't understand. But I'll try and get a picture. If I can get a picture, I'll put it down there. Alright. I've got another big thing coming up for you. I've got to do a little bit of shopping first. I'll see you soon. I forgot about this, a little train. I believe this used to be an actual pineapple farm. Whether it still is or not, I don't know. But there we go, Sunshine Plantation sugarcane train, number 4. Wow, very well maintained. Looks to be in very good condition. Take your kids or yourself around through the plantation on a little train. Much fun indeed. And right next to the big pineapple. Very cute. Alright, try again. Off we go. Probably the best public toilets I've seen. Best artwork on a public toilet. Alright, we're in the hinterland town of Woombai. Pretty interesting little story to this place. Here's a map. I'll show you. Let's have a look. Just outside the Woombye Community Library. Alright, this will be the main street along here. Woombye, Cobb's Camp. After timber getters arrived in the 1860s, Cobb & Co. set up Middle Camp, midway on the Brisbane to Gympie. Gympie or Gympie? I never know. I'll call it Gympie. Brisbane to Gympie Road in 1868. This became known as Cobb's Camp. Selectors arrived in the 1870s with the first settler in 1877. Construction of the railway in 1891 saw Cobb's Camp renamed as Woombye after the Aboriginal word Wumbai, meaning black myrtle. And black myrtle was used for axe handles. It was very good material, very good timber for axe handles. Pineapple and fruit industry flourished after 1890, and bullock wagons hauled timber until the 1950s. And I've also read that this is where pineapples were first grown on the Sunshine Coast. Not that it would have been known as the Sunshine Coast back then. There you go, tiny little bit of history. The population is around about 4,000 people, probably a little bit more now. It's got some nice old buildings. Not sure of the age of any of these buildings. There's nothing printed on the signs. Grocery store. Well, there's definitely not a lot to see here, but it's a fairly typical little town of the hinterland, I would say. Some of these buildings would go back to the 1950s quite easily. Butcher shop, coffee shop. That's it. There is a railway station down the bottom of the hill there, so people can jump on the train to travel to the cities. All the lights hanging from the tree. Fish and chip shop, hairdressers, and a ladies' fashion store. Wow, look at this old chair here. Can't read it, but it says something about Yandina, which is another town. Yes, Yandina, another little town around here. Never been there. Maybe I'll go there. Show you guys around. Alright, we'll continue on. One more big thing to show you. Well, as promised, something else big to see. And this is it. You can read that up there. It's Australia's biggest castle. And here it is. It's actually quite an impressive structure. I'll give you a little bit of the history of it in a moment. Complete with castle walls. And for some reason, a Stegosaurus and perhaps a Brontosaurus thrown in for good measure. I don't know why. It was built around 50 years ago. Construction started in 1972 by a local Scottish couple. They had grand plans for it. It didn't pan out. But anyway, construction continued till 1980, I think. And the last feature was these walls. You see along here. And a moat. There's a moat somewhere. But it's quite big. And I imagine if we go inside, I'm not sure if I'm going to go inside, I imagine it would have very good views of the area surrounding this town. This town is Bly, by the way, on the Sunshine Coast in the hinterland. Turreted towers, round towers, and a very big square tower. So that's got the ground floor plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more floors on top of that by the looks. And big old gates. It's been known by a couple of names over the years. Fairy Tale Castle, I think, was one. It's currently known as Sunshine Castle. Had over 1 million visitors come through in the first 3 years after it opened. We'll go to the front entrance and just have a look. Alright, so I went in the front entrance. In the, well, there's no drawbridge, but through the main gates there, and there is more stuff to see inside. It costs $10 to get in. I didn't bring any money with me whatsoever, so I'll come back. I'll make this part of another video. I've got more to see. And the next video I'll see, I'm going to go and show you some more of the... I'm going to go for a hike. If you don't know, I've had problems with one of my feet for a number of time, and so I've got to, I'm going to have to start exercising it again. So I'm going to go on a hike and see how it goes. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like it. And from the Sunshine Coast castle. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.